So go ahead and tell us what your actual name is.
My actual name is Cindy Bodkin, but everybody knows me as Cookie Lady.
Now, why are you known as the Cookie Lady?
I've been baking cookies for race teams for over 20 years.
Wow. What first got you started in baking cookies for these guys?
I actually started baking cookies. I met some of Dan Gurney's team at a restaurant, and I was playing trivia against them.
Yeah.
And I told them next time they came into town to test at Mid-Ohio that I'd bake some cookies for them.
Awesome.
So they started contacting me from California when they were coming in to test.
Wow.
So I started taking cookies down to Mid-Ohio to the track. And then these guys changed teams like we changed clothes, so now I have friends on a lot of different teams who all still want their cookies.
So what sort of cookie is your specialty?
I try and make whatever they ask for.
Yeah.
For example, Craig Baranowski from AJ Foyt likes to have peanut butter cookies. A lot of the teams like chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
I also make snickerdoodles, molasses, which would be really good as a ice cream sandwich with vanilla ice cream in between them.
Awesome.
And then sometimes we'll make white chocolate macadamia nut, depending on whether or not the team has anybody on it that's got a nut allergy.
Yeah. So who was probably the most famous person you've given cookies to? Dan Gurney's kind of a big deal, but who are some other people?
Patrick Dempsey would be somebody that I used to bake for him when he'd come to Mid-Ohio, and then he was there a couple weeks ago, so he got some more chocolate chip cookies.
That's cool.
I've baked for just about every team, I think, in the IndyCar series.
Wow.
I bake for a couple of teams in NHRA. I bake for Team Jegs and Richie Crampton, who's based here in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And then I also make for some IMSA teams, too.
So if I wanted to get a hand on some of my cookies, do you sell these to anybody, or is this just a thing you do just for a select few?
I just do this. I don't sell them.
Yeah.
The closest I've come to is one of Amy Greenway, who's with the US F4 division, asked to have some cookies shipped to Texas last year for the champion's birthday.
Oh, cool.
So I shipped cookies down, and she was wondering if I did anything with an online service of that, and I just said, I'll just go ahead and send them to you. Wow. So I sent cookies down for his birthday.
That's neat. So besides being a race fan and making cookies for guys on the team, what does your normal everyday life consist of? Like, who are you?
I actually am a retired teacher.
Okay.
I taught students for 35 years, and now I substitute a lot.
All right. Bless your heart.
So the substitute job pays for the cookies because they get a little expensive after a while.
I believe that. What are some of the favorite events that you've been to or memories you've had in racing just throughout your life?
I remember the first time I came to the Indy 500.
What year was
that was when Montoya won for the first time as a rookie.
Yeah.
That was my first one here. I grew up near Mid-Ohio, but I never went to Mid-Ohio until I actually was teaching.
Oh, cool.
So I had never been to the track before, and now it's my second home.
Yeah.
In my off time, if I'm not watching racing, I'm probably playing Trivia Crack on my phone or just visiting with friends.
All right. So for people that have never been to a race, people will look at people like you and I and think we're kind of crazy. What is it about these events that just make it so awesome for you to enjoy and attend?
I find that the teams, the people I've gotten to know, it's a family.
Yeah.
It's more than just watching a car go around the track. Some people say you only go to the races to watch them crash, and that's not it.
Right.
I like to see the families behind the scenes, all the guys that are working on the cars, seeing them working so hard to get a victory. Seeing people get their wins is big for me too.
Cool.
But again, it's a very acceptable social situation that you can bring kids to. For example, Mid-Ohio, I know Indianapolis Motor Speedway is very kid-friendly.
Most of it.
Mid-Ohio is also a track that tries to promote families. They even have family camping areas. They have just started a new kids club. Where the kids can get involved in things. So it's a social event for me. It's kind of my social life.
Awesome. Lastly, do you happen to have any cookies left, or are they
I
just
do
like,
have a couple cookies, if you can
Could
hold
I get
on.
one? Yes. Oh my goodness! So we've
Okay, so we have
Snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodles, molasses, and chocolate chip.
Oh my goodness! Well, I'm gonna try the chocolate chip if that's okay.
That's fine. And I think your camera guy probably needs one too.
I'll take one for him.
How about if I give you the rest of these?
We couldn't do that, but
No,
these
we
are
can do that.
These are absolutely delicious.
We can do that. These are now yours.
Well, that's very
You're
kind
now
of
on
you.
my cookie list.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Yes, and I want to give a shout out too to the guys back in the safety area back there, Jeff Horton, Dr. Trammell, and all those guys and the safety team that keeps our guys safe and our ladies safe.
Awesome.
Because they are the ones that really rule.
Absolutely. Well, Cindy, it's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for the cookies. We really
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you.